So I'm on Patreon, but YouTube, this is your little snippet of the sexual tantra. So if you guys want to know about it, the books we're studying over there on my Patreon account, it'll be below. So make sure y'all go over there and join, because I'm going to cut y'all off in a little bit, but I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit of this. So I'm going to substitute sex for fried eggs, just so you know. Sometimes I may do that, because that's just like a fun way I like to say it. Fried eggs, okay? So what was I saying? A better lack of the word, the sex and sexual in the physical world, they like you to be tapped out, dematized, p-matized, p-whipped, d-whipped. But in Tantra, it's all about not urine retention, sexual retention. They try, because, you know, most people get it confused with urine, so let me go there. Some people think that when they urinate, when they have sex, that's the orgasm. That's not the orgasm. That's you peeing, okay? Orgasm is not pee. So just to clear that up. So it's trying to come out of my mouth, so let me go there. So now back to what it is. Tantric is about urine retention, not exerting it, not releasing it, like the sex in the world. When I say the three below, for those in the middle, front, and the back with a third grade education, lower chakras, genitals, genitals. So the world has flipped it to make us tap out, tap out. And I was telling them, YouTube, if you remember Running Out of Time with Justin Timberlake, that old movie, they had to go tap, you know, the other person when they would run out of time, else their energy was depleted, right? Was sexual intercourse or tantra or sex, as y'all call it in this physical world, that's what you're doing. You're releasing the God creative energy that you're given for however many years you live on the planet. And as I was telling the Patreon, that's why a lot of people look dead. That's why a lot of people look fake. That's why a lot of people just look used up and abused, because they don't have no youthfulness to them. Shh. Go back. They don't have no youthfulness to them. They don't have no purity, innocence to them because of the over usage of that energy. So they're running out what? Time. And that's like the cashless society I was telling you, how they're trying to make everybody go to what? The Bitcoin or the blockchain, right? And now think of end of time. They had to go tap somebody else to get more energy. Well, that's what y'all are doing for sexual intercourse. You're trying to get that energy from somewhere because you're using it up. You're wasting it, right? Instead of conserving it, drawing it back in and creating your life with it, because it is a God source energy, right? It is a creative energy. So people are tapping out, right? But it also is, what was I going to say? It's about retention, not expelling it. So you want to retain it, right? Rejuvenate and reverse aging, right? Reverse aging, not get older, right? So a lot of people are wasting that energy because the real energy and currency of the world is the energy, right? It's not the dollar. It's not the dollar. That's why this is under the adult tarot, love and money equals the Tantra, right? Because that's what it is. That's the currency, right? Well, the love, the way they flipped it on you is to think, oh, I got to go have one. I got to go have one. No, you don't. You need to reserve it so you can use it for yourself. Bring it in, like it said, to achieve nirvana, right? Was what I was reading. Where is it at? It's a way you can achieve nirvana. Okay, that bliss, that intimacy, right? It says tantric sex has its origins in antiquity and basically concerns channelizing your sexual energy to a point where you can achieve nirvana and be at peace with yourself. So a lot of people are running around chaotic and narcissists and all this stuff because they're not at peace with themselves. They've lost their energy. And they have to replenish and they can't find anybody. So everybody's in this frantic speed dating. Do this, let me lay with, because they trying to recharge. People are using it to try to recharge. So protect your sexual God energy. Protect your sexual energy, right? Close off those portals. You can close off those portals, right? So people are not trying to get your sexual energy, right? Or manipulate you. The goal of fried eggs, because they over there, has been considered as achieving the big O. Tantric fried eggs, however, believes that fried eggs is an endless dance and also an intimate source of energy for the body and soul, right? Because that's how we all got here, right? Tantra was conceived in the Hindu religion thousands of years ago as a basic sexual education term of Tantra. And as I was telling them on the Patreon account, YouTube, I was telling them that usually somebody knows about this. Usually you don't go into this by yourself, like two people that don't know about it. Usually one person introduces it to another. That's how you gain that experience. You gain that experience because somebody is drawn to you and know that's what you're seeking, that higher connection. So that's how you get the experience. It finds you, it chooses you. You don't go out and choose the person you want to so much have it with. It typically chooses you because the person has to be aligned with you as well. Because you can project, if a man hates a woman or a woman hates a man, like with the sexual relations, they can project that unhealed trauma on you through that because that's a God creative act. And the energy that is exchanged is currency. God's source, it's going to either create or destroy. It's going to either build you up or it's going to tear your shit down, whatever you're trying to build, right? When you mate with the wrong person. So you have to be aligned before you even engage in something like this. So a lot of people may talk about it, but a lot of people haven't had that experience. Because it's something you're going to be real with people when you're talking about tantric sex. It's not a game. It's you don't want to go, because it's very enlightening. Your spiritual enlightenment can heighten, everything can heighten from this. You can become aware from this. So you never want to just go out there and sleep with random people that you have not aligned, because you can cause them to hurt themselves. That's why it's not for people that don't really know what they're doing to trying to figure it out because you got a partner. That's not what this is. Because you have to be guided and coached, and you have to be aligned the right way when you're going into it because of the intensity of it, right? Because you're going to be the highest version of yourself. You're going to explore ecstasy and, like I said, nirvana, peace, bliss. But then when you come down, you're going to start getting these symptoms, just like y'all say with spiritual awakening. There's symptoms to this as well. So there's symptoms that you start noticing the awareness, because it's similar. It's a similar type of thing that happens, but it's more erotic. And this does not even compare to fried eggs on a physical plane. When I say for those in the front, middle, and back with a third grade education, those are the Gentiles and the genitals. Those people that want to live down there for self-gratification, use people as fried egg toys, and things like that. That's all that's on their mind, the nymphos, right? So they can't digest a lot of this stuff, all right? So just keep that in mind. This is not for everybody. You may learn about it, yeah. So if it ever happens to someone come to you, you'll know a little bit about it. You'll have some type of knowledge, but you always want to ask them what method, because people do it different. People, your experience, people know different methods when it comes to tantric, all right, tantra. So a lot of people know different methods. They're not all the same. But it's not going to compare to, go in the room. It's not going to compare to a regular encounter, a casual boyfriend, girlfriend, husband and wife. A lot of husband and wives have not even experienced this because it's steps to it. That's why I say they might be just having whoopee and having some good old, banging out, but that's still not that. It's still not this, is what I'm saying. So, tantric involves undressing your partner. Vulnerability. Number one, vulnerability. A male or a female can take the initiative, and slowly the beloved is divested of her clothes. It is a process that could not be hurried, and most involve plenty of foreplay and caresses. Slow removal of the clothes will give heightened pleasure. See, that's why I wanted to explain it, because this could be the Caucasian version, just so y'all know. That's not how we do it. But that's why I said I needed to explain for those that were that black color, black, black on black on black on black, because this is like, it's a vulnerability to it, yeah, but it's not the actual steps we go through. So that's why I wanted to explain to y'all, because people do it different ways, the way they're taught, the way, like I said, it comes from Hindu, so maybe that's the way they gather it to be, okay? That wasn't from my experience. So the tantric fried eggs is a path to discover your inner self and your partner. One needs not to read the Kama Sutra or divulge into Hindu thought deeply to achieve everyday sexual release and relaxation. And in Vasic, the tantric thought, you will, however, have to get yourself mentally prepared for the union with your love, and a belief that what you are going to do is helpful. Tantric has no limits for time and hour. It is something that can be done at any time the mood seizes you. But what you will need is plenty of time, as tantric fried eggs is not a quickie. So you can study Kama Sutra as the 100 and something poses that the Hindus have, positions, sexual positions, right? It's called Kama Sutra. It's called Kama Sutra. So those are just positions you explore for pleasure. Again, this is not that. That has a little bit of European, Caucasian stuff in this book. That's why I wanted to go over it. Because if you're melanated or you're indigenous aborigine, and you get this book, you're going to be like, well, I already do that. That's not Tantra to us. Tantra was a way we built kingdoms and dynasties. It was God's sexual energy. And we knew what to do with that creative energy, because it is currency. It is love and money is Tantra, which is why I'm teaching it. Because only a few people, like I said, have had that experience, because it has to be, you're chosen. It ain't nothing that you just get a partner and you go out there and find and you go, let's do this. No, it's not. For us, it's not. I don't know if with nobody else, but for us, it's not, okay? You are, somebody approaches you. The person that's skilled or the person that knows approaches you in it. They will be able to sense that about you, because they have the connection to the divine, and they've had it, so they know. We kind of know the seeking person. You know what I'm saying? The person that's seeking it. A lot of people will fake it and try to be like, oh, let's do, no, they don't, no. Okay, you're gonna know. You're gonna know. If you have reservations about it, don't do it. Don't do it. And if you don't know what's expected, don't do it. Don't do it. If a person ain't gonna tell you what the steps are, what's expected of it, don't engage in it, because it is sexual, and that could be just a person wanting to get into your pants, all right, using that excuse. So that's why I wanted to clear that up, so that, because there's no, you know what I'm saying, because I didn't want y'all to have that belief that if somebody come, oh, you're choking. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. And we get to choose who we want to do that with anyway. You're not going to just be like, oh, no, we don't do that. That's not, because it's not the world sex relations. It's not the world's thing, right? So you got to understand that. I'm going to cut y'all off, and I'm going to cut y'all back on, because I'm going to have to do y'all in parts. Bye. Go buy it on Patreon, YouTube, if you want to know more. But I'll be back in a minute with a different video for y'all.